try to really understand how to convert between percent and decimal. So as a first problem, let's try to write a decimal, 0.0649, as a percentage. So the interesting thing about the word percentage, not very many people think about the word, but per means to divide, miles per hour for example, and centage, or cent in general, is actually 100. So when you read about percentage, really what we're saying is something divided by 100. So this problem right here is equivalent to saying, take the number 0.0649 and we wish to write this as some number over 100. In other words, some per cent. Now the advantage of this, of course, is that it turns it into an algebraic equation for which we know some mechanical rules. For example, we can multiply by 100 on both sides of this equation, and then the x will reduce, the 100 and the 100, sorry, the x won't reduce, the hundreds will reduce, leaving us with x, and the number that's left on the left hand side, multiplying by 100 because of the base 10 system we work in, means to move the decimal spot 2 spots, and we end up getting the number 6.49. So 0.0649 as a percentage is 6.49%, and then the symbol at the end is what symbolizes the divide by 100 to convert into a decimal. Okay, how about 250%? Let's take this, which is currently a percent, and write it as a decimal. Well, similarly, what does this mean? It means 250 per cent. It's literally 250 per 100, or per cent. So now this is currently as a fraction, but the question does require it as a decimal, so reduce the zeros to yield 25 over 10. Reduce by 5. 25 can divide by 5, 10 can divide by 5, to leave 5 over 2. And you might be familiar with 5 halves as 2 and a half. So this would be the decimal form of 250%. Now, all this being said, that's kind of an interesting way of looking at it in general, but let's just get ourselves a mechanical rule so that way we can get some extra practice in there. So the rule for changing a decimal into a percent is move 2 spots right. We saw this on the previous slide. So 1, 2, and the answer is 1.6%. For the other type of problem, for changing a percentage into a decimal, move 2 spots left. So 1, 2. Usually we like to write a 0 in front sometimes in order to recognize where the decimal spot is, and we would write this as 0.721.